Before this story ends, someone is going to make a decision that will change everything. But I need you to do something first. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button right now, because every single week we bring you real stories about real people who chose to fight back when life had already counted them out. You do not want to miss what is coming. Now, let me tell you about Ricky. 30 years old, hollow eyes, shaking hands. Ricky sat on the floor of his cousin's bathroom at 2 in the morning, staring at nothing. Empty bottles around him, a needle on the sink, his phone buzzing with a call he did not answer. It was his daughter. She was 7 years old, and she was calling to say goodnight. He let it ring. And that moment, right there, that single moment of silence, while his child's name blinked on that screen, that was the moment Ricky hit a floor deeper than rock bottom. Because rock bottom is losing everything, but this was different. This was choosing nothing over your own child. Stay with me, because what happens next is something I need you to hear. Ricky grew up in Springhill, a small, quiet village tucked away in Florida, where everybody knew your name and your business. The kind of place where nothing much happened, and young people either found a way out or slowly got swallowed up by boredom and bad decisions. Ricky was smart. Everyone said so. Teachers said so, neighbors said so, but smart does not protect you from pain, and it does not protect you from the wrong crowd at the wrong time. He was 17 when it began. Just weed, just weekends, just something to take the edge off when the weight of life in a small town felt like it was pressing down on his chest. He didn't realize it was the beginning of something that would almost cost him everything. Then came the pills after a back injury at 22. Then the powder when the pills stopped working. Then the needle when the powder was not enough. By 30, he had lost his apartment, his job, his relationship, and his dignity. He was sleeping on a mattress in his cousin's basement in that same small village he had always wanted to escape, waking up every single morning with one goal. Not happiness, not success, just to feel okay. That is the part people never talk about. When you are that deep, you're not even chasing the high anymore. You're just trying to feel human, just normal, just okay. He had tried to quit 4 times, failed 4 times, and after the 4th failure, something broke inside him. He stopped believing he was worth saving. Then, one night, everything changed, and not in the way you might expect. His cousin dragged him to the hospital to visit an old family friend, a man named Mr. Bernard. 81 years old, thin as paper, breathing like every breath cost him something. Ricky sat beside that bed, uncomfortable and ashamed. He did not want to be there. He was already thinking about leaving. But Mr. Bernard opened his eyes and looked directly at him, not through him, directly at him, like he could see every secret Ricky had ever buried. And in a slow, quiet voice, the old man said, "I spent my whole life waiting to feel ready, ready to change, ready to be better, ready to start. And now I am lying here and I finally understand. Ready never comes, son. The only door out of a broken life is the one you walk through before you feel ready." He paused. Then he pointed one thin finger at Ricky and said, "A river does not wait for the perfect moment to cut through stone. It just moves, every day, soft but never stopping. That is the only way there is." 3 days later, Mr. Bernard was gone. Ricky sat in that hospital parking lot alone for 2 hours, cold, shaken, thinking about a river, soft water, hard rock, and time. And for the first time in years, he asked himself a different question, not the big, impossible question, not can I fix my whole life, but something smaller, something honest. Can I just do one thing differently today? Just one thing. That is where everything lives, not in the big, dramatic decision made in a moment of pain. Real change lives in one quiet choice on an ordinary day when nobody's watching and every single part of you wants to go back to what is familiar.
Discipline is not motivation. It is not a feeling. It is not something you wait to find inside yourself. Discipline is moving forward when you feel absolutely nothing pushing you. It is the river, soft, steady, never stopping. That is the only way. Ricky did not transform overnight. Day one, he threw away what was left in his pocket, small, painful, real. Day two, he called a helpline number from a crumpled flyer he had ignored for months. He barely spoke, he just listened. Day three, he walked into a meeting, sat in the back row, did not say a word, just showed up. Every morning after that, he made his bed before he did anything else. It sounds too small to matter, but it mattered, because every morning it told his brain that today had a standard, that today was not going to be yesterday. He relapsed at day 42. He got back up at day 43. No magic, no movie moment, just a man getting up one more time than he fell.
8 months later, Ricky had a sponsor, a part-time warehouse job, and a small room he paid for with his own money. Still in Springhill, but it felt different now. The same streets, the same faces, but he was different. And when you change on the inside, even a small village can feel like a place worth living in. Then one Saturday, his phone buzzed. It was his daughter. She asked if he could come to her school play. He sat in the third row, hands folded, heart pounding. When she walked onto that stage, she scanned the crowd, and the moment she found his face, she lit up. She waved at him with her whole body like he was the best thing she had ever seen. He pressed his lips together so he would not cry in public. He failed, and it was the best moment of his life. Here is what Ricky's story teaches us. You do not need to feel ready. You do not need to feel strong. You do not need a perfect plan or a perfect morning or a perfect version of yourself to begin. You just need to move, like the river, soft but steady, one day, one choice, one small decision at a time. The only way out of the life that is slowly taking everything from you is discipline. Not tomorrow, not when things calm down, not when you feel motivated. Today. If this story moved something in you, then you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Subscribe right now and join thousands of people who are choosing to build a stronger version of themselves, one story at a time. This is not just a channel, it is a decision to keep going. If this story hit home, like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it today, and subscribe because your better life does not start when things get easier. It starts the moment you decide to move anyway. That moment is right now.